everyone, so today I'm going to speak about bodybuilding versus fitness modeling. I've done both. All the information I will give you, this is from my personal experience, so feel free to comment on it or agree with me or don't agree with me, but this is how I see it, this is how I view it. I've been doing bodybuilding for a couple of years now. I've done, as I said, fitness modeling shows in the past and really recently, and I've done bodybuilding shows this year. This was my first competing year. Everything I'm going to tell you, this is again my perspective on things, how I see it. So we start with fitness modeling. I believe, again, my point of view, this is for everyone. Anyone can compete, everyone can do it. They have many, a list of the things that I want to mention. So the categories, this is like literally everyone can find a category from themselves. I believe there's so many, there's like gazillions. There's more like bodybuilding similar ones, like, so you will have bikini, you will have the figure, you have wellness, and similar, or like they might call them differently, but they want the kind of physique similar to bodybuilding. But on top of it, if you are kind of in between the categories, there is so many more. You have like bikini trained, you have bikini wellness, you have fitness wellness, which is not quite wellness, not quite fitness. You have so many in between. You also have like the fun ones. So you have like moms categories. You have, so whoever is a mom can compete. There's no certain criteria. They want you to look good. There is tattoo ones. There is tattoo category. So all you have to do is have a tattoo, fitness looking physique. There you go, you can go on stage. There is again, depending on the federation, there's so many these days that it's hard to cover all of them, but there is a transformations one, which is like my personal prefer. Like I think like this is the coolest one because it shows your picture before and after. So any kind of transformation, you can become I don't know, you could be losing weight, you could be gaining muscle, you could be overcoming some kind of illness. I mean, these are the really nice ones. But again, in general, generally speaking, I believe everyone can do it. There is, I don't believe there's any physique that will not find a category for them. It's literally, if you want to have a challenge, if you want to get on stage, if you, for whatever reason, always wanted to get on stage and just present all your hard work, I believe that every single human being can do it. It's just a matter of obviously hard work and dedication and consistency, because it is, and then time, and whichever, again, it's very individual, but in general, I believe literally anyone can do it if they want to. When it comes to bodybuilding is a bit different. Again, my personal perspective, bodybuilding is much more serious. They don't have that many categories. They have literally like a handful of categories, and the reality is either you fit in or you don't. Okay, so you can, obviously there's a lot of like hard work that's being put into it, and there is a lot of things you can change, but they want certain structure, they want certain frame for certain categories. So let's say like bikini, and for females we have bikini, we have wellness, we have figure, women's physique, and bodybuilding, and that's it. So there's no way around it. Either you do have a bikini frame or you don't, and there is certain things they prefer to see. But again, you have to have a certain bone structure. If you do not have a certain bone structure, no matter how much you try and no matter how much you like, how much muscle you build on it, if you won't fit into the bikini criteria, you just, obviously anyone can compete, but you're just not going to do well. Same with wellness, same with figure. Either you do have what they want or you don't. Anyone can go on stage, but if you want to do well, you have to have kind of like the physique that they want, and then the frame that they want, and then you build on that frame. So obviously, again, I'm not saying that it's just the genetic foundation, but unfortunately to do well, you need to have genetic potential to build on. So it's still a lot of hard work, it's still years of training, it's still years of building the muscle in a certain areas, whatever they wanted you to have. But you need to have a frame first to build on, to fit in the category. And it might be harsh, it might be not fair, but in general, if you know me, like, life is not fair. this is what it is. It's kind of take it or leave it. When it comes to posing, now both fitness modeling and bodybuilding, you need to have a certain routines. When it comes to presentation and posing, it's different again. Fitness modeling, it's more fun. It's more whatever suits you. That's why I said it's for everyone, because no matter what your physique is, you will always find the good angles and the bad angles for everyone. And the fitness modeling gives you the freedom to choose whatever is best for you. And on top of it, it's not only that you can choose the poses that you want to, so if you, there's no mandatory poses, at least, I mean, I know they're changing some bits and pieces, but in generally, it's much more freedom. So you can present your physique to your best potential. And you can avoid the poses that you don't look good at. When it comes to judging, it's a massive difference, because for fitness modeling, there's 30% of judging goes to your presentation and your poses. So it's kind of like, I don't want to sound horrible that it's easy, but it is easy, because you can, whatever you're lacking in your physique, you can kind of pull it off, and kind of like, if you have a really good presentation and you really feel good on stage, and you're very like, you know, you're good with the routine, you have like, you really put much effort into, everything is being judged. So your bikini is being judged, your hair is being judged, your makeup is being judged, and all of everything, like all of it goes into your score. So 30%, it's quite a lot. So whatever you kind of, don't want to sound horrible again, but it's whatever you're lacking in your physique, you could kind of make it up with like a hair flakes, and then like hiding like the angles that you don't look good at. And coming back to bodybuilding, again, this is, you can't. Either, again, it's, when it comes to presentation, it's 10%, so obviously it matters as well, because if someone has a similar physique to you, well, they will look for the one that's being presented better. So the posing still matters, and it's still very, very important. The presentation is very important, but it's only 10% of your score. If you don't have the physique, no matter what you do on stage, you will not get it. It's as simple as that. It's when it comes to the posing, it's much more like rigid. Obviously, you can tailor it a little bit, twist it a little bit here or there, but in general, there's like mandatory poses, and all of the competitors need to pose very similar. It's not, they don't have to be identical. We can tweak it a little bit, but they have to be, there is mandatory poses. So if you look good in them, or if you don't, no one really cares. You need to be able to look good in all of them, to be honest. So it's practice, practice, practice. Obviously, practice makes perfect, and you will get better at it as more practice you put into it. But it's just not, you can pull off only certain things, and that's it. So if you don't have it physique-wise, you don't have it. So again, it's a little bit harder. Presentation, again, the walk, and yes, it's important. It makes a big difference. But when it comes to the overall judgment, it's physique. It's a certain structure they want for certain categories, and that this is it. Another difference would be the outfits. Again, when it comes to fitness modeling, you can do whatever you want pretty much. There's like, I don't think there's any rules. It just tells you that if you want a 2-piece bikini or 1-piece bikini, but other than that, or connectors. But other than that, I don't think there is any, to be honest. So you can literally express your individuality. You can have fun with it. There's so many like categories that you can express yourself. There's like some kind of Victoria's Secret model kind of look where you can wear the wings, and you can, well, whatever you want really. There's like a theme where there's so many different ones that you can, again, complement your physique with. And again, it's being judged 30%, so which is a lot. So whatever, if you're missing something out, if you're lacking something in your physique, you can always kind of make it up with the cool outfit, with a cool presentation, with a great moves, great posing. When it comes to bikini, I mean, bodybuilding, it's very simple. Bikinis are very simple, and they have to be a certain cut for certain categories. So you can't choose. You can choose the color and obviously like the crystals, but you can't choose the like different shapes or too much embellishment. It has to be pretty. It's kind of like everyone needs to look the same, but you want to look the best of the people that look very, very the same. So you want to be like the best version of people looking nearly identical when it comes to their bikinis, because the cuts are the same, colors very often are the same. You just want to look good, like best. But again, you don't have that many options. You can have a little bit more jewelry, different kind of jewelry, but again, you don't want to be, and you can't be like too much. It can't be like fitness modeling where you can wear whatever you like. You can have like gazillions of bracelets and whole sleeves covered up, because again, you're complementing your physique, but you can be hiding your weaknesses as well, while in bodybuilding, you're presenting your physique. You're wearing like this tiny itty bitty thing, which barely have anything on, and you being judged on your physique. This is it, on your hard work, which again, it's there is no right or wrong here. It's more what you would like to do, and which one would you prefer to do. But being absolutely honest, I believe, again, fitness modeling is for everyone. Anyone can do it, and everyone, I believe, can get into the shape to be able to do fitness modeling show. When it comes to bodybuilding, again, this is I would say a level up. Very, very much structured, very more serious. I don't believe that everyone can do it. I mean, I believe everyone can do it, but not everyone is able to do it well. That's it. And it's just not only about the hard work to put in, but you need to have some genetic foundation to build on to do well in bodybuilding, and there is no way around it. And if someone will say, I'm not right, well, this is my personal perspective. This is from what I experienced. This is how I see it. And yeah, and again, when it comes to, I have to like put a line in between. If you want to be enhanced, if you want to be natural, like when it comes to do well in fitness modeling, I believe you can pull it off naturally, because of the condition required for those shows. It's different level of conditioning required for fitness modeling. It's different for bodybuilding. This is, again, from my personal perspective, what the preferences are. When it comes to bodybuilding, the condition required is very hard to pull off naturally. I'm not going to lie. This is I've done it naturally. That was it for me for this time, but I believe it's much harder. It depends. Obviously, you could go to open shows and you could go to the natural shows, but again, even though you think you're going into natural shows, you're not, and there's lots of people cheating, and I'm not going into it because this is not about that, but I'm just telling you to pull it off naturally, to do it fully, being a fully natural without using any enhancements, any fat burners, any diuretics, like literally going as natural as you can be, and sustaining your health as well, because again, it depends how much it means to you. Bodybuilding is an extreme sport, and people are going to extreme levels, and this is all very individual, how much you want it and what you're trying to get out of it. Like if you want to fully sustain your health, especially as a female, and you want to hold on to your cycle, you will be challenged a lot, because you need to go to the body fat percentage that just your body doesn't want to be. So again, not for everyone. Yes, definitely pushing your boundaries, but again, it's how much you want to push it. So it's very different. It looks similar, but it's very different. Again, it depends why you're doing it for. So you need to ask yourself a question: why do you want to do it, and how much you want to do it, and kind of for like what you're getting out of it. Not for anyone else. It's just for you. Will you get what you want from it, and is it worth? Is it worth it for you? Because it's like, I always say, look, whatever other people say, I don't care. I don't care myself. It's just if it works for you. So again, kind of similar things. Bodybuilding and fitness modeling shows, they look similar on stage for people that are not getting into it that much. They look similar. Yeah, you go, you present your physique, you like half naked, but it's very different perspective. Also, like the look, I would say, look wise, yes, I was speaking about conditioning, but it's not only that. It's like fitness modeling, they're looking for more like a commercial look. They're looking for the people that it's kind of for a general public to look at them, and it's like pleasant to look at. So it's someone that like fit and healthy, and yes, it has that toned physique, but it's not too much, if you know what I mean. It's not like in the females, it's important, the guys as well. They still want to see pretty faces, and that's just the way it is. And they still want to see pretty makeup, pretty hair. When it comes to girls, they want to see the femininity. They want to see that it's, yes, a girl with muscle, but it's still a girl, and it's toned, but it looks nice and looks sexy and looks good. When it comes to bodybuilding, well, that's very different, especially like lately. It's just, it's changing really, really quickly. And which I thought at the beginning, starting the season, that especially like bikini and wellness girls, it's still very girly and feminine. Well, it's changing recently a lot. Like I saw a massive shift over literally like last year. It's crazy. And I see that femininity is not that, it's not a necessity. It's, again, personal preference, depending what you want to do in it, but that's the consequence of being assistant, unfortunately. And again, this is what you want to do. So again, it's all what individual wants from it. I would say when it comes to fitness modeling, everything will be judged. You need to look good overall. When it comes to bodybuilding, it's more your physique. First two classes for females is again bikini and wellness. You still need to be feminine, but again, it's changing a lot. But when it comes to like figure and above, it's just your body pretty much. They don't seem to care about your like femininity and how your yeah, I don't want to go again too much into details, but it's more the body, less presentation, less the feminine face, less the hair. They just want to see the muscle where they want to see the muscles and the shape they want to see it, and this is it on a certain structure. So again, they both great. I've done both, and I would do both anytime because I enjoy both. They're very, very different. Again, it depends on the personality as well and the physique that you have. Like in my case, again, this is, I'm just talking about myself, how I feel and what I fit more into. In my case, when it comes to fitness modeling, to me, it's much harder to pull off because, first of all, I do have some decent like muscle mass. And I'm not that girly girl, so for me, like, to pull off all this this nice and girly posing and all the hair flakes and everything, it's very, to me, it's very it's very put on. I have to be like, I have to really try to do it because it doesn't come naturally to me at all. And you have to do like some certain, you know, like it's like a proper like kind of like a runway model a little bit. So I don't have that walk naturally. Yes, it's a lot of much more practice for me if I wanted to be good at it. I'm just being honest. But again, when it comes to my physique, I'm a little bit too much for fitness modeling, and I like the look of it, but it's just not me. It's not my personality. I fit much more into bodybuilding because of the way I am, because of the way the muscle mass I have, and because of my structure, which is like for the category I was doing this year, it was really good according to judges. So this is kind of like what they want to see. So I'm kind of lucky enough to be building on a structure I have, and over the time I've managed to build a decent amount of muscle mass to be able to just give it a go and see and mix it in the open and natural shows. But again, this is my perspective. This is how I see it. I don't see one is better than the other. Because again, at the end of the day, we're presenting all of our hard work, and it doesn't matter really how, like, what the end goal is when it comes to being judged. Because again, like, this is bodybuilding shows or fitness modeling shows, this is all judges' perspective. So either they like it or they don't. And there's no like really rigid criteria. There's no really rigid, like, this one is better. Sometimes they like the certain shape better than the other, and it's hard to predict. It's hard. So actually the hard work, I think, to me, like, the whole journey matters the most, as it is in both shows. I enjoyed the both journeys a lot. In my case, again, bodybuilding, it's more suited for me. I enjoyed it more. It's much more challenging. I had to push myself a lot, which I enjoyed. Fitness modeling, it's something like, yeah, I could do it for fun, but it's not like personally challenging for me enough. Again, I've been training for a long time, and this is not something like I think it's just better. It's just more, I think, fake in my case. Bodybuilding is more rigid, it's more structured, it's less, maybe I shouldn't say less feminine, but that's just reality. It's like even the posing and everything is much more like structured, and so this is, I think this is more me, and it just came easier for me. But when it comes to the physique and pushing yourself to the limits, yes, it's harder. But again, in my case, it's to make it more challenging. I like it, and but I would say try it. I would say give it a go. If you're not sure, if you fall, whichever like category you fall into, give me a shout if you need help. I'll be happy to help you. But again, be aware that I'm very honest, and when it comes to, as I said, fitness modeling, I believe everyone can do it, so you don't have to send me the pictures or consult me. Anyone can do it. The right training, nutrition, and time and dedication, you can do it. When it comes to bodybuilding, it's kind of either you have it or you don't. And yeah, and I've said it in the past to the people that came and asked me, and I will say it. Like, if there's just no, I just don't believe there is no point of like messing people around and just kind of selling hope, because again, you need to have a certain structure, and you don't want to go there and just to go there and just use kind of like, okay, you kind of in between, or without even having a potential. Because don't get me wrong, everyone needs to kind of like grow into the category and be better in that category, but you need to have a certain bone structure for each, and there is only like couple that they're there. So you either have it or you don't. If you're kind of between, yes, you can kind of build to it, but there's only certain things you can do with building on your frame, because you're still building on the frame you were born with. So you kind of like, you play the cards where you were given. I always say that because that's the reality. So now depends what cards you were given, how much you can work it. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean anything that I believe everyone can look insane, really good, and everyone can be, because everyone is all about being lean and dies. Anyone can do it. Anyone can have a six-pack. Anyone can look really good, really athletic, great. But not everyone can have a certain structure that is being praised in bodybuilding shows, and that's it. That's just honesty. Again, fitness modeling, yes, 100% everyone can do it. If you're interested to do any and want my advice, or you want to be coached by me, give me a shout, DM me, or like if you're not sure, ask me any questions, whatever. I'm always here to help you out. But yes, I'm amazing. Both amazing, both great experiences. I do not regret doing any. They're both fun. I would say fitness modeling is more, it's a little bit more fun. Maybe it's more like human friendly, I'd say, because first of all, you don't have to push yourself to the limit. So you can still, I believe, sustain the full, I believe you should, because this is, the criteria there are not so harsh, and you should be able to sustain a full health, being happy chappy till the end of a prep. That's, again, my opinion. If you can't do it this way, there is something wrong. I believe you should be able to do it this way. You should be fully happy and healthy and till the very end. And that will like kind of transfer to your show day when it's fun, when it's like billions of people, and you can actually enjoy it. When it comes to bodybuilding, it's more, again, it's more serious. So it's more like, you don't get that much time. There's not that much friendliness. Some people treat you like as a proper enemy, which is funny to me, because again, like, what are you fighting for? But it is what it is. Some people are being more serious, and I guess it means more to them. I have pretty chill attitudes towards it. To me, it was all about being the best version I can be. This year was the best version I was. I believe I can be better, but not this year. This year, that was it for me. Again, being natural and staying in full health, because that always matters to me the most. So again, I can go on and on and on. If you know me, these are the biggest differences, I would say. So in categories, in posing and presentation, in outfits, and the way judges want to see you, and what's being praised, what gets you in, pretty much. That's it. So it is what it is. Might be good news, might be bad news. Whatever you think, give me a shout. Have a great day.